What's up everybody, Darren over here again in D-Soccer. I've been trying a lot of formations lately so I can talk to you guys about them, and there was one that I at first thought it was not going to be so good, but later on I've been using it and I found it's amazing. Do you want to know which one it is? Well, you've read the title so you know. Yes, 4-1-4-1. And here we are at the game to talk about the 4-1-4-1, and at first, of course, the defense. We're gonna have the same defenders we used in the previous episodes when we talked about 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1, 4-2-1-3, 4-1-2-1-2, and all of those that you have in my channel. So please check them out if you want to know about these formations. So we're gonna keep the same defense. We're gonna have the Prowler in the center, and if you haven't notice how good the Prowler is in that position, please I encourage you, try it and you will not regret it. And of course, if you want proof of that, not only this episode by the end when we play a match, but in the previous episodes as well, especially the practice ones, we're gonna analyze those as well, and we're gonna analyze in them how good the Prowler is. And next to the Prowler, we're gonna have the Intruder because it's a very fast player and it has a kind of good reaction. So like we did in 4-1-2-1-2 in episode number 8, we're also going to talk about how the Protector is the best player to play in this position before our defense, because it's a tall player. You see 40 of the height, 30 strength, good response, and relatively good speed for a defender, because remember, all defenders have 30 speed. The typical defenders, at least protectors, guards, and commanders are a little bit slow, of course. And now the most interesting part and unusual at the same time of this formation is what we have before the protector, which is the hammer, the wizard, infiltrator, and the engine. And you may say, wow, that's a very unusual foursome. And yes, it is. The wizard, I'm using it because, you know, the wizard is the most creative and smart player that we have so far in the game. After the latest update, the wizard is a lot better, so I encourage you to use it if you have it, of course, in a good level. And again, in a future episode, I'm going to talk about formation 5-2-1-2, and I'm going to use it both with my regular players, that you can see are max, most of them, and with level 5 and 6 players, because some people think that in the game you need to have the players of the top level to succeed. And yes, in a way you do, but there are certain strategies, certain tactic abilities that you learn and you acquire as you keep playing the game that do not depend on the level of your players. I know, and I have met, since I've been playing the game for a long time now, for over a year, I've met players that have max players. When I say players, I mean like physical players like you and me, right? That play the game and they have a very good team in terms of the level of their players, and they have merely over 50% of a win rate. So it's not only the players you have, it's how you use them as well. That's a very important part, and that's something you have to take into account in case you think, well, my players are only level 5 or level 6. Well, we'll work on that later in a future episode, because I have another account in which I have those level players, and I have over 80% of wins in that formation, in that account. So stay tuned, because we're gonna talk about that soon in a future episode. So besides the wizard, I'm gonna have the hammer right here. Like we've talked about before, the hammer is the the player that has the best combination of strength and height. The hammer and the bulldozer, but as you can see right here, the bulldozer, I only have it in level 7, so I'm not going to use it in arena 10 plus. So I'm going to use the hammer. That is also very useful in the corners. And I'm going to use a very unusual, I would say, wingers. The infiltrator, we've used the infiltrator before in previous episodes. He's fast, kind of smart, especially if you give the ball behind him. And if he has space to run, that's very important. If you give the ball to the infiltrator when he has a defender in front of him, he's likely going to lose the ball. So don't do that ever. And then on the other side, this is something that may be a little bit controversial in a way. because the engine is not so fast, and you think of a winger as a kind of fast player. So you can have a different opinion here. You can have another infiltrator, and that should work as well. But I'm going to use the engine because the engine is probably the best player for attacking and defending at the same time. You can see when we talk about the engine here, you can see that he has the marking and running ability. So he does both things very well, and he can help you also in the air, because in level 9 is his height is 23. And in level max is 25, so that's a very, very good height. Decent strength, 20. So, and the speed is kind of like the same guard, protector, producer, wizard, and most of the midfielders have. But he's a very smart player, so try to use him. And then, as a forward, this is something that can be controversial as well, or I won't say controversial as much as it is up to you, up to your favorite type of player. To me, the Menace is the best forward of the game, and pretty sure that if you have been watching my videos, you know why, because I have a lot of examples in the practices in videos number 3, 5, 7, and 9. We've analyzed how good the Menace is as a forward, and you can use him like that, but you can also try a speedster in this position of center forward, because the speedster is faster. The speedster can give you more choices when you recover the ball in this area right here, and you can send the ball along to the speedster. But like I said, it's up to you. So of course, this is a lot of talking, but what about the action? Yes, the action comes in right now when we analyze a match I played just a few minutes ago using this formation, 4-1-4-1. Let's see it. All right, here we are at the game. Rami from Egypt. Hello, if you're watching the episode, hopefully you are. Let's see what we can do with this. Now the Prowler to start with the ball, and now you can see how the Infiltrator is good in that position as a winger, because he's always going to be with, well, he's always going to have likely some space to run. Now in this case I made a bad decision because I tried to give it to the Wizard and I didn't notice that I had a guard right on top of me, right next to me, so that's a mistake. Now we keep on going, this time with the Explorer. Here we have the Explorer again to the other Explorer. Not a lot to do, not a lot of options in here. So, and now this is one thing important too. You have on the left hand side the Infiltrator. You can try to reach the Infiltrator with a pass that's a lot like further in front of him, but not so much with the engine because it's not so fast as an Infiltrator. Now in this very bad defensively in this last play. He scored the first goal of the game. Now I'm 1-0 down. Let's try with Infiltrator again. He's some sort of a winger, but at the same time he helps a little bit in defense, so it's a good thing. Now you see the Explorer is really, really next to the area. Now the Wizard. Wow, great goal with the Wizard. And that's one of the things that I said before. After the latest update, the Wizard is a lot better. I've been using him, and in the last probably 7 games he scored, including this one, 4 goals, and he has given 4 assists. So you can figure it's doing really good, the Wizard, lately. So please, if you have it on a decent level, use him. Even if you don't have it in a level 7 or 8, use him. Even if it's in level 4, you won't regret it. Now I lost the ball again. Let's see what I can do with this play right here. We keep on moving. Great ball won by the Protector, but not so much luck in the end because he won the ball again. Now the Explorer sent the ball to the corner, and now let's see if the Hammer can do his job, which is to help me defend in the corners, that touch the Wizard, and then the Hammer right here perfectly. This is the reason why you have to use the Hammer in your formation, especially in a position in which he's going to be able to score in corners or help you score in corners and help you defend in corners as well. Now Sandberg, and now you may ask yourself, Sandberg, what the hell is that? Well, that's the name of one of the future super players that we don't know what's gonna be like, but the name Sandberg is pronounced by the announcer of the game, so that's why I'm using him. Here we go again with the Hammer. Losada for my friend Edgar. If you're watching this video, I want to say hello to you. Now now the real infiltrator was gonna say Jensen. Well, my player used to be named Jensen. Now I changed it to Sandberg. Here is Sandberg again. I'm trying to get there with the engine. Oh my! Wow, producer. Wow, that's interesting. A producer that's shorter than the engine, and I think it's a level 8 producer. So a level 8 producer should be about 18 height, and the engine is 23. So a little bit weird. I mean, this game has a couple things that are sometimes weird. So 10 more seconds till the end of the game. He has a free kick. Let's see what I can do with this. Marking. He didn't do very well there, so I have 6 seconds till the end of the game. Let's see what I can do with that. Now let's see if the engine can come up with something to do with that side. The engine. Come on, pass the ball. What are you gonna do with that? Not a good position to shoot. Let me try. Wow. 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 Incredible. Incredible. Well, yeah, crazy comeback, isn't it? And crazy goal, but that happens sometimes. So that's why you should never give up. And every time, even in the last second of the game, if you have a chance, just throw the ball and you'll see what happens. Sometimes you get a goal like that. That happens. So thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for more episodes. Leave all the opinions and everything you have to say about my channel in the comments. And I'd love to hear your feedback as always. Thank you very much for watching my video. Thank you very much for subscribing to my channel. If you haven't, please do it right now and like all my videos, or all the ones that you like, of course. And I'll see you next time.